So if you have an FE engine made sometime before 1963 and you want to ditch the generator in favor of an alternator, you're going to run into a bit of a problem when it comes to finding a bracket for that. The reason for this is because in 1963, Ford decided to change up the way they did the mounting points for the generator. And they decided to move the threaded port that you bolted to from the side of the block to the face of the block in the front here. And what that caused was all the later model engines that had alternator brackets, we can't use them on these early FEs. I found this out when I went to put an alternator on this 59 Thunderbird. You have a couple of options without having to buy anything. One thing you could try is modifying your existing generator bracket to fit. I've done that a couple of times before. Or you could just start from scratch and make your own bracket. And I was gonna do one of those when I decided to do this car, until I did a little digging on the internet and found this company that makes a custom bracket, and the price was so cheap that I really just couldn't justify spending the time and energy to make one and get the belts lined up right and everything. So being I bought it and decided to use it on my car, I thought, why not shoot a video of it, show it off, talk about what's involved, what comes with it. So the company I'm talking about is Custom Replacement Automotive Products. Yeah, well, their name may be crap, but I can assure you the brackets aren't. I was actually very pleased with the quality of the bracket, and for $129 plus $15 or so shipping, you really can't argue with it. It saved me a bunch of time. Now, I did encounter a small problem with fitment, which we're gonna get to here in a minute, but let's go ahead and jump in. I'm gonna show you the kit, I'm gonna show you everything that comes with it, and we're gonna go ahead and get it put on the car as well. So let's go ahead and get right into the contents of the kit. Now, as you can see, the brackets look really good. They've got a nice glossy powder coat finish to them. All the hardware looks great. Now, this bracket you're seeing on your screen now, this is the adapter. It moves that threaded boss to the front of the block to give us something to mount to in the more conventional way. Now, to start with, I thought this bracket was some sort of plating, but it actually turned out to just be some sort of paint and primer underneath. And you want to keep that in mind because I doubt it's conductive paint, and this ended up being where I decided to mount my grounding strap, because on my car I had to move the grounding strap off of the bracket for the generator. I had to move it somewhere, and that seemed like as good a place as any. Now, it does come with instructions, but they're very simple. It's just this piece of paper you see here on your screen, a picture showing the bolts and where they go, and how the bracket actually affixes to the block. So we've taken a look at the kit and everything looks good, but let's see how it actually fits. So first off, we have to get our generator out of the way, and we're not gonna labor over this. You don't have to keep anything. None of these bolts are getting reused. You can just get rid of all of it. It's pretty self-explanatory here. We bolt the bracket up in the same place the generator came out of. Now, you see me using this Allen head cap screw here. Now, that comes with a kit, and the reasoning behind that is the pulley clearance is extremely tight. So I've got everything bolted up, loose, and as you can see, here I am test fitting the alternator. You can see I'm using a Ford alternator. The simple answer to why I chose to do that was simply because I already had a place to mount a voltage regulator. I already had most of the wiring I needed to make it work. And I just thought the Ford installation looked a little bit more factory. All right, so I mentioned that I ran into a problem, and here it is. On the test fit, I realized that this slotted adjuster bracket, the tensioner bracket, actually hits my harmonic balancer. See, my harmonic balancer is really odd. I don't know if all early FEs have this balancer, but you can see this thin disc right here. That is actually contacting my tensioner bracket when everything is tightened down. It's very tight. It's just barely touching, but it is touching. So unfortunately, I did have to mark this up, pull it out, and take a grinder to it, and as you can see, I'm grinding out a little half moon shape there to clearance it. And it really did pain me to mess up that really shiny, glossy powder coat, but it had to be done. Now, when it comes to modifying this bracket, it's important to remember that Ford came with so many different variations of pulleys and balancers that there's a really good chance that you won't even have to modify this bracket. But if you do have this flat disc style balancer, you're probably gonna have to modify your bracket. Just be prepared for that. So now it's time to move on to wiring, and I just removed the old regulator and I swapped it out for an electronic regulator, which is a big upgrade. I was able to reuse the wires to the generator. I just had to change them up a little bit. Now, if you look down in the description, you will find wiring diagrams for both GM 3-wire alternators and also for the Ford externally regulated alternator that I am using. We're ready for a test run. Let's go ahead and fire it up, check it with a meter, and see what we got. As you can see, we're getting 14.35 volts. That is dead on the money. All right, so final impressions on the bracket. I really like it. I'm very pleased with it. For the money, you just can't go wrong, I don't think. All right, guys, that's gonna do it for this episode. I hope you found it helpful. I hope it saved you some time and money. If there's anything I can help you with, if you have any questions or comments or just want to tell me what you're working on, drop it down in the comment box below. I love getting comments. It's my favorite part of YouTube. So if you get a chance, drop down and say hi. I always try to answer every comment that comes my way. Once again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.